Hey guys, Carlo here. I did forget my camera, so I didn't grab any footage from yesterday's round, but it was really frustrating. Let's start with the Arcos app and what it's telling me I did well. So it says that this shot was hole 15, and it was a 9-iron, and I left it 24 feet, 69% better than 68% better than shots on tour. So that was a good approach shot. Let's see. This one was an 8-iron. Yeah, that was a par 3. I left in like 19 foot. 7-iron. It was short. It was pretty. It didn't feel windy, but the ball was not flying that long. But then landed in the green with the 7-iron there. And let's see what else I got. This is my chipping wedge, 91 yards. That was a good shot. Left it very close and birdie putt. And this was a second shot, 7-iron, across the water, scary shot. That was a good one. So those are the good things that happened during yesterday's round. But we ended up with a 90 of total score. Not good at all. So let's see what happened. First hole, hit a 4-wood, awesome drive. Actually wasn't a good hit. I kind of like sliced it a little bit, but it's downhill, so it went a long way. Try to hit just a pitching wedge across to 120 yards. Sculled it into the water. Had to take a drop, hit my chipping wedge, went a little bit too long, and then ended up having to chip again, and then 2 putts. So that was a terrible start of the round. Of course, that frustrates you. Second, I used my baby driver, 240 yards, right to, that says I was off, but I was actually, yeah, I was off. I wasn't on the fairway. I was just off the fairway. Hit a second shot with the X. It went 119, which was way too long. Normally it should be like 100, 105. Then 2 put it, so at least I saved my par. So nothing bad there. Good drive, 240, just in the middle here. I hit a 3 hybrid, 185 across the water, which is a big deal in this hole. X to the green, just left to the, and 2 putt par. No problems there. So 1 bad hole, 2 pars. This one not too terrible. A drive that went over this tree and then kind of disappeared. Had to take a tour drop because the ball was clearly in this area. But so I hit a 7-iron, ended up in the green, ended up 3 putting for a bogey. Let's see. This is a par 3. Hit what should be a 170-yard shot. Was short and right, kind of pushed a little, ended up here. No problem, hit my X and kind of chip it in, calculated, but it hit the fringe and it's really slowed the ball down, ended up too far, ended up 2 putting for another bogey. And this hole, my another penalty of the drive, kind of hit a little hook into this woods, had to take a drop, 7-iron, ended up just pin high but left. Try to get fancy, use a 64-degree wedge, no worries. I put it away now. I'm not going to use that again. Kind of chucked it into the fringe. Had to take a second shot with the X. Got it on the green. And I don't know if I 2-putted, but I was 3 over for that hole. So the lesson to learn here, this is going to happen. This is not bad. It's the decision to take that 64 wedge. We should really get to safer club, keep the ball down. The problem is I didn't have too much green to work with, but I'd rather would have been long and on the green and saved a hole. I threw away a shot there for sure. What else we got? This was a good drive to 150 yards. And then I hit the 8-iron super bad again. Now this is the same 8-iron actually that I hit on the first hole. It wasn't a pitching wedge, I don't think. It was a 8-iron. But then I ended up way left pin high. Had to hit a sandwich to get it. I think it did get to it, but I ended up 2-putting, so I ended up with bogey again. This is a par 3, totally easy. 160 something yards, hit it perfectly straight, but somehow the ball just stopped. Not a big deal. I hit my, actually it was the sandwich, not the X. Hit the sandwich and it was like 10 yards long. So another thrown shot because I didn't have my distance right with the sandwich. So if I would have got it right, that should have been a 1 putt and I would have saved par. So 2 shots, one using the lofted wedge, and here the sandwich I messed up. Here the drive, same thing. Good hit, but it just stopped. I guess the wind got to it. Forward normally it's like 190 yards, but this is uphill. Again, super short. No big deal, because now I'm like 140, 100 something yards to the green. All uphill, ended up hitting a terrible shot. The ball was above my feet, so mistake. Another not so bad shot in between trees and stuff. Ended up just on the edge of the green, like on the rough, and then to putt it for a double. So let's see where we can learn here. Here's the mistake. Here's the mistake. That's 7. I mean, ball was above my feet. It was just not an easy, but I could have hit a easier club, like a hybrid, and then just hit it really easy and push it this way, and would have ended up with a better shot to the green. So if your stance is really bad, just keep it low, I guess, and I'm gonna practice those shots. This one was perfect, 200 feet. I mean, it was perfectly in the middle. The other 2 guys were in the water and over here, so it was a great shot. So then I'm having a 3 hybrid into the green, which I feel really good about. I hit it, and it went pin high, but right on the left side of the green. Hit and went through and ended up over here. Had to hit a lofted hit. And I think I ended up on the other side here, chipping again. So this was a terrible sets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I ended up 1 putting, so that saved me at least. So here again, this business that long away from the hole, they're gonna happen. Problem was here, not capitalizing, not being on that green on that first shot. That was a mistake there. That was not bad, 223 yards, not long either, so kind of short. 7 iron, stuck it to the green, that was good. And 3 putted. Now the greens have been recently aerated and the ball is kind of bumpy and stuff, but the mistake there, that should not have been a 3 putt from the distance I was in, but maybe it was a 2 putt. I don't know. I have to think again if I 2 putted or 3 putted. I think I might par that hole. Well, anyway, I might change that on my stats here in a minute. Say we are at hole 13, well, not perfect, but a good solid drive, up on the right rough. Actually, no, ended up on the sand above my feet, hit an 8 iron because that's too much club, but since I was kind of choking down on it, and I hit this awesome pick off the green, ended up right edge of the green, but I was able to putt it in and putt again for par, and this is a really hard hole for me. I don't often par this hole. So that's one that I need to move this to the sand. So it shows like sand. Yeah, it was right there at the edge. All right. So next it was a par 3, 8 iron, wind on the back, and it landed just right of the flag. 2 putts. I mean, I barely missed it. It was like an inch away, but I parred. This one, I kind of sliced it a little bit into here, hit an awesome 5 iron, got good distance, ended up here. That's 210 because it's downhill and stuff. My 8 iron, again, okay, 3 times I made a mistake with the 8 iron. Went good distance, but it went over here on the rough, close to the green. Had to chip it in, and then 1 putt. I guess I had to hit twice. So that was another mistake I hit. So that's 3 times where the wedges off the green have cost me a shot because I wasn't able to get on the green. So that's why I want to focus on those shots, get more comfortable, getting to follow the ball through and not chunk it. We're coming back. This is a very easy par 4. Normally the ball's over here for me. Kind of hit it short and hit that hill and it pushed. But I hit a really good 9 iron, ended up way left. X into the green and then 2 putt for a bogey. So not bad, but not great. From here, I should have been able to get it close enough for a 1 putt. Again, it's very difficult to 1 putt at this time in this club because they recently aerated, so it's very bumpy and they're not rolling true. This is another disaster hole. Should have been an easy par 3. Ended up with bogey. Hit an 8 iron, kind of this time straight and a little bit right. Ended up short on the sand. No biggie. Hit the sandwich and barely made it out. Had to hit again. Just a tiny little chip shot and was able to 1 putt. It wasn't an 18-foot 1 putt, but anyway, ended up being bogey. Yeah. Par 5, this is a good hole. So not a long, I kind of hit it left, but it didn't hook or slice, just left. Hit a great forward, stayed on the middle of the fairway, hit my X chipping wedge, and sure enough landed in the green. 2 putts par. I mean, that was a perfectly performed, perfectly done hole. And the last hole, didn't get a lot of distance off the drive, 198, but ended up on the fairway. These guys were, one was here, one was over here. Ended up hitting a really great forward. And normally, yeah, with a 10-yard rollout, like 200-yard shot, but ended up getting stuck on the sand. Hit off the sand, actually ended up on the green. Actually on the fringe of the green, didn't make it. So again, sands, shots, and wedges really close to the green are my opportunity for improvement, and then ended up with bogey. So for a total round of 90, let me see, 5 fairways only, 8 greens in regulation, 35 putts. So since it was not a great round, I want you guys to see it, that I'm not going to just post the good scores, also the bad ones, and then we can track together on my journey as I improve and get better. The goal obviously is to be scratch. There's a long way to go. It is November, so the chances of golfing outside are slim to none soon, but I'm still going to get a round or 2 before the year's over, and hopefully be ready in the spring. Hope you enjoy this analysis of my game. And again, if I'm going to practice a bunch of anything, it's getting those distances more with the wedges, and I have to practice more sand shots to really make sure I get not only off the sand trap, but make it to the green. Even if it's a little farther, not trying to definitely go for the flag, but just get on the green, because that'll make it much easier to 2-putt and save a bogey and not end up with terrible scores. So different kind of video. I'll be posting my actual gameplay or today's practice later on tonight. See you.